Hey guys, what is going on? This is Travis P11. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. And today we're going to be taking the Beretta A300 Ultima Patrol to the range. This time we're going to run some Aguila Minishells through it. These Aguila Minishells measure 1 3/4 inches. And the payload inside these run at 1,200 feet per second. They do have 7 pellets of number 4 buck and 4 pellets of number 1 buck, if I'm reading that correctly. It is a 5/8 of an ounce load. And like I said before, 1,200 feet per second. Should have the velocity to cycle. Essentially, it says high capacity, low recoil, peak performance. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to go ahead and just do 1 round. We'll just see if it'll eject the round and throw it out. If that works, then we'll put a couple more rounds through it. I definitely want to pattern it. In fact, we might even do that with the first shot, just in case it doesn't eject. We at least have the pattern on paper to show you what the mini shells look like in the Beretta Patrol. I might have mistaken in the past. I believe the shotgun does come with an improved cylinder choke tube in it. I might have been saying modified cylinder. That's just because that's what I've been seeing online from other sources. But I believe mine is a improved cylinder choke tube that comes with it. So we'll show you what kind of patterning you can expect out of this shot shell at, say, 10, maybe 15 yards. I believe it's 10 to 12 yards away. We'll let you know when we get out there. So again, it's a 1 3/4 inch shell. Now this gun's rated for 2 3/4 inch shells and 3 inch shells. And if it doesn't cycle, I'm not going to be mad about that. These could be finicky in a lot of different firearms. And I've got other guns I can shoot these shells through if I want to. Now, the other thing that's totally unrelated to this is I'm going to be doing a second take of this video at the range on the same day. I'm testing out a new microphone. You guys are hearing it right now. It's a powered microphone that actually has an active wind filter in it that I can use. So we're going to test that and see how the audio sounds. So you're going to see the video a second time. I'm going to do and say basically the same things. Don't know if I'll have enough ammo left to run a second test. Especially if this thing will cycle, then you can put, say, 16, 17 rounds in here. I believe it's a 7 or 8+1, not to mention 1 up in the chamber. Might even be able to ghost load around. I don't know. But this would add a lot of flexibility, say, for home defense, and it's going to give you a nice mixed payload that's going to definitely do the job if you need it to. So anyway, guys, we're going to head out to the range and see how well it runs. We'll take off. We'll just do the single shot initially. Then after that, we'll just see if it's going to cycle the rounds. After that, I could hand cycle them here in the house, but I'd rather not do that. I just would feel better at the range if we do it this way. Plus, we're going to take a shot anyway, so we might as well head out there. And again, apologies in advance for the wind noise, but we are going to be running a wind buffer on the microphone. We're going to be running a wind filter in the second take, and hopefully gives you the best audio experience we can possibly give you. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and let's head out to the range.
Guys, just again as another point of comparison, here's 2 of the Aguila shells stacked up on top of each other. They're about a 1/2 inch longer than the 2 3/4 inch shell. I'm sure I could just do the math and figure it out exactly, but they're about the same height, really. All right, guys, here we go. We've got the Aguila Minishell here, and we're gonna go ahead and load it up, 12 gauge. 1 round just to see if it'll shoot and cycle. We're gonna be shooting at 10 yards. We'll check out that spread. And just for my own recording purposes, I have the wind filter off. I'm gonna film this whole video again when we get done a second time, and I'm gonna do it with the wind filter on just to see if there's any difference. And you guys will get to see the best copy, so hopefully it sounds better. All right, here we go. It is chambered. All right, let's see what happens. I'm gonna cover up the bullseye with the front side of my, my dot sight on the front of the shotgun, all right? Okay, here we go. All right, pulled a little bit to the side there. We'll see how many of those pellets actually make it. Did not eject. It did not eject, all right? So what we're gonna do, okay, we're gonna just try 2 shells this time and see if it just happens to cycle. And if it doesn't, that's fine, but then we'll go down and take a look at our paper here in just a minute. All right, hang tight. All right, here we go. I've got 2 loaded in it. Like I said, if it didn't eject the first time, we're gonna see if it changes anything, having a shell in the pipe, probably not, but we're gonna go and take the shot anyway. All right, here we go. Nope. Okay, it is locked right now. I'm gonna have to fiddle with it a little bit later off camera. Not a problem. All right, so I did get the shotgun unlocked. There was a chunk of the hole that came out when I pulled back on it. I'll show you guys the shell here in a little bit when we look at the target. Again, I'm filming with my wind filter on. We'll see if you guys notice any difference, and I'm gonna see how the report picks up on the microphone. If you want, you can just skip ahead to the target if you don't want to watch this. I'll do 1 more shot, turning down the decibel gain, and then we'll go back to the target. So I'm kind of audio video geeking out today in this video. Sorry guys, I got to be testing out in the field to make sure this stuff's going to work. All right, let's go and take another shot. The kick is like nothing. I mean, it's way less than a regular 12 gauge shell, totally manageable. Feels like a 223 round. Not that bad at all. All right, let's go and do another shot. Again, I'm not expecting it to extract or to eject, and that's totally fine. Just maybe the length of the shell's causing the issue, or maybe just not enough powder charge, but it is throwing the charge at 1,200 feet per second. All right, here we go. And it's funny, it does reset it. It does reset the trigger, so it does cycle, but it's just not throwing the round out. Okay, that shell was okay. All right, I'm gonna do one more shot, do one more change on the, one more setting change on the mic, and then we'll come back to the target. So the only real, practical purpose I could think for this particular setup, what I'm doing right now, is maybe you just want to practice with somebody on a 12 gauge before you maybe go from a 20 to a 12, or maybe they're going to shoot a 12 for the first time. You just want to do one shot. But like you saw earlier, it did cause the action to lock up. I can't recommend it, but it is resetting the trigger, so it must not be cocking back far enough to throw the round out, but it's still able to recharge the weapon. It's still able to reset the trigger. All right, last shot, here we go. I've got the wind filter on, and I've got a negative 10 decibel gain on the mic. I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to sound on your end. All right, here we go. Last one. Yeah, I'm not going to mess around with those anymore. It's locking up the action a couple times. I think what's going on is the plastic is just kind of getting caught on something. It's causing it to not open up. All right, let's take a look at the target and we'll wrap up this video. Short but sweet. Okay guys, so here's the results. Here's what we have. This is pretty much what I could figure out. 1 through 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I believe are going to be the one buckshot. There's 4 pellets of that. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 are the other buckshot. I think I said that was a number 4 shot. So everything's contained within 5.75 inches, running improved cylinder at 10 yards. Now, if you could get the gun to successfully cycle these rounds, that's a pretty decent payload per round that you're going to be delivering, and something to consider. Like I said, I tried running 2, didn't happen, thought maybe it would perform something magical and extract or eject, and it did not. I could manually extract them like I showed you, but then I had that shell that had the issue, and here was the problem. It took a chunk of the plastic out. I'm not sure if that happened when it fired, or if that happened when I pulled the shell out, or what. I could not find that chunk of plastic anywhere. Looked down the barrel, looked in the action, couldn't see it anywhere. So we then continued, again, just doing a few more shots. I mean, I looked down the gun, like I said, I couldn't find any particles. I wasn't worried about it, but if that's going to happen, you just don't want to run this through your A300 Ultima Patrol. Otherwise, super light, but I'm going to go back and watch kind of a slow-mo of the bolt to see how far it actually pulled back, if it did, or if it even cycled. Like I said, it was enough to reset the hammer, but not enough to pull off the shells. And maybe it's something with the shells expanding too much. I don't know. So that pretty much wraps it up. All right, let's have a few final words. All right, guys, so that's it. Thanks for joining us. That is our test of the Aguila Minishells. As you can see, it has a pretty decent group with the improved cylinder choke tube. But again, without the ability to really cycle, it ain't going to matter. I could have maybe tried to alternate between the large and the small shells, but I did not want to cause any issues. And we already saw what it did to that one hole anyway, so we decided just to pass. So if you have an A300 Ultima Patrol, you probably want to pass for now. But if you guys have any luck with the Aguila Minishells, let me know what you do. Is there some adapter I can get for it, or something I could do differently? Anybody out there that's an A300 Ultima owner, maybe you've tried them. Otherwise, I mean, they're pretty cool. They're a nice idea. I just wish they would run, and they didn't. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and check out my podcast called Caliber Corner. We do that at 8 a.m. Central Time on Saturday mornings over here on YouTube. We got, what, over 270 episodes, and we're going to keep it on going. So, guys, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. Get out to the range and have some fun. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye-bye.